awkward hi ever.
Hi.
The most low effort hi ever. How is everybody doing today? And
Damn Squanch.
welcome to Ghostly Gossips. What episode are we on? I didn't
7?
put it in there.
9.
What?
I think it's 7.
No.
It's like 12.
No, it's not 12 either. I think it's 14. You know, it would really help if I was paying attention
It is
to my...
14.
It is?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, I got it! And, yeah, welcome! So, we are actually changing our podcast to be from, 2 hours to, 1 hour long streams.
At the minimum. We
At
can
the
go
minimum.
over if we so choose.
Yeah,
It does multiple things for us to make sure that we have more time to do everything, or we are more fit with the average length of most other podcasts. But also, it helps us keep our energy up.
Oh, also,
Yeah.
puts less work on me.
Yeah, since Derpy is the only researcher here.
Hey, I'm okay with that.
Well, now that we're
Oh,
getting
if
into...
we ever do Utah or Chicago, if I live there, I'll be a researcher then.
Sounds
when
good.
when we inevitably
But
get to
also-
Ohio, I can maybe...
No, this
get
is
in.
like that high school project where one person did all the work and the other are now gonna read off of that work.
Also, here's something else. At least when we get to Chicago, aka Illinois,
Mhm.
I'm perfectly fine with driving to all the places and getting pictures.
You see, I want to do that for Oregon, but I don't have that kind of
Gas.
time or money.
Gas money alone.
Yeah. Yes.
Well, I'll have the time and the money since I'll be rich. Since I work in a lucrative industry, actually.
You would think security would be lucrative, but it's really not.
That's because they want to pay the minimum for the maximum amount of work.
I know, right? And they only get the minimum amount of work from me. Why do you think I take so much time off? You want me to be there more? Pay me more. Oh. Yeah, I wish if only it worked like that. Yeah. Hey, eyes. I got sweat in my fucking eyes.
Well, thankfully, I don't have any sweat on me. Because it's a nice, full 70.
I will reach over this couch and I will strangle you. Actually, wait, never mind. You may be into that.
Oh, no.
But yes. So we are at episode 14 of Ghostly Gossips. We have finished all the haunted locations in Oregon, and we have decided to move to the cryptids that are found in Oregon.
There's a lot of them.
Oddly enough, yeah, I was kind of shocked at how many there were. Like, wow.
There's a lot of them.
And we are starting with Bigfoot and decided to call this this series The Hairy Truth.
Damn Squanch.
So,
And you can't call me the hairy truth. I barely have any hair on my body. Least visible.
lucky.
And Echo hates me for it.
Lucky bitch.
Now, I will say this. For any of my Washingtonian residents or Oregonian residents or Californian residents or anyone who has commonly sees Bigfoot and you have a story to tell, send them. We will use them.
You will maybe see it.
Yeah, that's true. We may see it. But I think we're already over what we're supposed to be.
Obviously. Anyway, we should talk about what this episode is about.
Sasquatch.
Yes, yes, and the origins and lore of Sasquatch. Now, my question is, what do you guys think he smells like when he gets wet?
Nothing like Sasquatch. Soap. It was like a wet ape.
Okay, so going off of literally every other Bigfoot-like creature and their sightings, he smells real bad.
Like worse than wet dog?
I'm talking like a lot of the people who like identify that it's a like Sasquatch-like animal based off of what they smell. They say it is the worst smell they have ever encountered ever in their life. Some of these people are like garbage men who deal with rancid, rotting shit all day, every day.
Well, dang.
Like the skunk ape got the name Skunk Ape of Florida. It got its name because it smells that bad. Apparently, that's like a very common thing when it comes to like sightings and first-hand accounts. Is they smell it usually long before they end up getting the interactions. And,
Really?
And a lot of people who research it believe it's kind of like a defensive thing. You know, like how a skunk sprays to make itself smell bad or make things smell bad so it gets left the fuck alone.
Yeah.
A lot of people who research into Sasquatch think the smell is basically a warning. Like, it doesn't always smell like this, but when it's trying to ward off something or someone, it just lets it rip, makes it smell really bad to try to get whatever the fuck it wants to leave to fuck off. Which makes sense as like a defensive measure.
It'd make me want to leave, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And for those who are coming in, yeah, that is Ezzy. They're like,
President Cryptid Nut.
I'd go one step farther.
I'm not an official cryptozoologist.
No,
Wait,
no,
okay.
no, the other route.
Creepy fucker.
Yes.
Look, listen. All I'm saying.
You know, I just realized I ended up drinking all my drink that was supposed to last for this entire stream.
Derpy, you thirsty fucker. And you said I was the one who wanted to fuck the monsters.
I can't help it. It's Bigfoot. They're big and hairy.
Oh, Derpy's into bears, confirmed.
I plead the fifth. I totally will not admit that the furry Barry, the one that does all the cooking stuff for streams, who's a bear, is definitely totally like not my type. Sure, we'll go with that.
Oh, Derpy, taking onto a tangent, and it's been just long enough in the stream that we probably won't get demonetized for this. You want to fuck a rug?
No, that's too much hair.
But they make bears into rugs. If you want to fuck the bear furry, you want to fuck the rug.
But it's dead, and I don't fuck dead things.
Okay, so you're a step above Neko.
What?
Huh?
Oh, okay.
Neko's into zombies.
Oh.
I'm scared.
Yeah, I'm scared also.
Moving
Sarah,
on, now that
I'm
I've
scared for
traumatized
your
you both.
safety, Sarah.
I'm not a zombie.
Sarah's not a zombie. Neko doesn't want to touch her with a 10-foot pole.
Thank you for the like. But yeah, that should be about it for our intro.
Yep, now
Way
we've
off track. That we
Now that
got
we've traumatized literally every person.
only like one or two people. I don't know who's here. No one's talked. Oh, wait, I don't have my bot up for Discord.
I was about to be like, do you have it for Twitch?
Viewers for Twitch would be nice. That is my main platform. But it struggles with the lights off. Oh, the bot's now up.
Good, good, good.
Yes. Bigfoot, the Sasquatch, the Grassman, the woods, the man of the woods.
So, are you guys ready to hear me butcher names?
Yeah. Go on, Derpy.
Here's your trivia
Professor
facts.
credentials.
Here's your trivia fact for the day. Here's a Bigfoot legend for every single country on every single continent, excluding Antarctica.
I will change that.
What are you gonna do? Import a fucking gorilla to Antarctica and let it loose and it'll die?
No, I was gonna dress up like the gorilla.
Oh, fair enough. But yeah, but pretty much yes. Much like how rats and domestic cats are on more or less every
Thank you for the
continent
like.
in most countries. There's a Bigfoot-like creature that has been, reported in folklore on pretty much every continent on Earth, excluding Antarctica, because nobody fucking lives there. Not saying there isn't one, it's just that there's not enough people to fucking see it.
You know what? Fair enough. But yeah, no, there's like a whole bunch of words here that I can't pronounce. Other than
A lot of Native American.
and even their tribe names is like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this.
So instead of potentially offending entire cultures, let us just
So
Hey, the
please
location
forgive
there,
me
huh?
if you guys are like a part of, or you guys have heritage in these cultures of Native American, or I don't know what other way to call them.
Natives
Indigenous.
of the country, the continent of America.
Yes. Yeah, because we got some in British Columbia, Washington, and all over.
several locations.
Yeah, like the tallest First Nation.
Yeah, that's one of the ones I can't pronounce.
Well, luckily, Sarah pronounced
Although-
it for you.
Sasquest. Yeah, I give up.
Yeah, please.
Your
Star
tongue definitely
Headless.
is not meant to
No.
make these sounds.
No, it's definitely not. It's good for other things, but not that.
It's good for screaming at
These don't even
ghosts.
make sense. The second one is
Chamiquez? The Chamiquez?
What is Chamiquez?
Yeah. By the Lumi people. But how we got but the first one is where we got Sasquatch from.
Yes, the hairy man of the woods.
But it was pronounced Stahelix. Stahelix. I don't know how else to pronounce it.
It's the highest.
Stahelix.
Highest.
Yeah. But the meaning of that is the man of the woods.
The hairy man.
And it's the original name of Sasquatch, also known as Bigfoot. And we'll get into how Bigfoot came about.
Yes, later.
And it was described to be a tall, hair-covered guardian of the forest, viewed as a spiritual protector for this tribe. And then you got...
Obviously, most could probably see it. Some
Benevolent woodland spirit.
benevolent.
And then the white man showed up and pop culture changed real quick.
I'll give it time. Then we have Chamequest. I definitely mispronounced that, but I tried.
Matt quest.
But it's from the Lumi people of Washington, and it refers to a large forest-dwelling being, described as upright and quite hairy. Sounds like my kind of guy.
Like quiet and hairy.
Oh, quiet. I don't know. Still my kind of guy. But this one is linked to death, transformation, and spiritual transition. Grim Reaper?
Kind of seen Grim Ape.
And then we got Skooma from the Chinook Jargon.
That is not how you pronounce that, Derpy.
Skooma?
It's Skookum.
Skookum.
There's 2 K's in that word.
Yeah, I
If he
suck at
didn't
this.
provide us with a reading guide, I'm assuming he's just read how it's said.
Yes.
So it's read exactly how it's spelled, and you still fucked it up.
Yes!
And you
Impressive.
accidentally remembered the Elder Scrolls drug thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you went on. You just went on the fucking the cat people drugs.
Yeah. But the meaning of this word is throng, sometimes monster or powerful being. Used to describe large, intimidating creatures. Forest creatures, to be more precise. And it was inspired the name of the Sukum cast, a famous Bigfoot footprint.
Ah.
Yeah.
What the?
Hmm.
I'm gonna try to pronounce the next one for you, Derpy. Steyahama. Steyahama.
I can't do that. No. But they're from the Yakama tribe. The spirit, and it means spiritual holding in the woods.
Dang.
And it is said to whistle, vanish, and lure travelers.
You
Uh,
notice that, presumably, as we scroll down, it gets to the more modern.
Yes.
Notice how it's going from a spiritual protector to large, intimidating, luring travel. It's getting less benevolent.
Yes. And
Yeah.
it is described as a shadowy, tall, and hair covered.
Yeah. I have a question.
Yes.
How many of us in this call have dyslexia?
All 3 of us.
So yeah,
All
of
3
us.
of us. Let me tell you, it's just not fun.
So I find it most funny. I'm the one that can pronounce everything correctly, yet I have dyslexia.
I think it's technically dyscalculia. It's, letters fuck up, but numbers really fuck up with me.
Yeah, I've just learned to deal with it all, and I've learned what I need to do to.
You've learned to guesstimate what words should look like.
No, actually, I've learned what types of paper and print looks are easiest to read for me. So I've modified all reading text to that for the most part.
You broke my brain.
Okay, here's the thing. I went through assessments when I was young, and they made assessments. It's like, yeah, you read best on green paper. And then later I learned, no, actually, I read best on black paper with white text.
Like a
Ah.
chalkboard looking ass.
But up next is the Wild Man. This was dubbed by early settlers of the Appalachians, and I actually have no idea where the PNW is.
Pacific Northwest.
Uh,
So basically, California up.
yeah. I'm not the brightest. Haven't you figured that out yet?
Yes.
We've picked it up here and there.
Yeah. And yet,
Interestingly enough, the wild men used to kidnap women's.
yeah.
There is a newspaper article from the early, I want to say, 1860s, where a lady comes out of the woods and claims Bigfoot kidnapped her and used her as a sexual pleasure device for an entire week straight.
Without breaks.
I do not remember.
Down.
Without breaks, damn, these Sasquatches have stamina.
Damn.
I'll be right back.
But yeah, no, the generic term. It was a generic term commonly used for hairy man-like forest creature. Although I think the wild man is now a little different in today's culture. Like they're an actual, or no, I'm thinking of mountain men. Don't mess with mountain men. Do not. You think rednecks and hillbillies are scary? Nah, they worse. And then we've got Sasquatch, an angelic-sized version of that one word that I can't pronounce.
I'm also just gonna say, I'm gonna correct you. It's anglicized.
Ah! See? Another word that I did not know how to pronounce.
There's no E to make it angelicized.
Anglicized? Where are we? I had to step away for a moment.
We're at Sasquatch.
And we're at the
Sam Squanch!
Yes, and it was
Canadian
you.
public use.
Yeah, it was Canadian public use in the 1920s.
Do you know the term Bigfoot wasn't used until like the late 1900s?
Yeah, it was like 80s. Yeah, it's in here actually.
Dar.
It's be the next part. It's 1958 is when it first came out.
Yep, because I found some toes.
Yeah, and it was coined by J.W. Burns from First Nations Interviews.
And this is about Sasquatch, not about Bigfoot.
Yeah, no, Sasquatch. Bigfoot is a whole.
So basically,
Which one feels?
some dude couldn't pronounce the native name,
Yeah, pretty much.
and we got something that defined pop culture for the rest of the existence.
So, which one of these I feel like it's most fitting though, out of all of them?
Probably Sasquatch. That's just because I've dealt with it for so long.
Either wild man or Sasquatch, really, because that's what it is.
Other than Bigfoot, but Bigfoot is just so synonymous.
Bigfoot's the less of a name of the individual species and more of the umbrella term for all large hairy bipeds.
But yeah, that's the intro. That is part one of like the lore and origin, or the indigenous stuff, and the meanings of each of the names that Bigfoot has gone by.
Now we're about to get into Sarah's part.
And you guys definitely made me pick this one on purpose, didn't you?
Yes, we did.
Wait,
I
what?
wasn't reading that shit.
I was perfectly fine with reading it. I just was like, oh, Derby should probably take the first part since he's the host. I'm just the co-host.
And I'm not even on staff.
No, technically you're on staff. You're just a special vampire.
I'm a vampire? What the fuck?
Vampire.
Oh boy, I'm an intern. I can't wait to have a long, fulfilling career.
Can you give me
You're
coffee?
an unpaid intern.
Fuck. Oh no, exposure.
No, we don't even pay you with exposure. We pay you with experience.
Hey, oh, you don't even pay me with exposure. What the fuck?
We pay you with experience.
Yeah, as the
Cool.
you need a platform to get exposure.
I'm going to slowly and methodically replace each and every part of your bones with Lego bricks.
And even though I
Ooh,
stream
at least it'd be
less
more sturdy.
now, I still stream more than you, Ezzy.
Well, I mean, I'm not exactly going to stream while we're doing ghostly gisps.
You know,
I'm trying. If I can start getting earlier shifts consistently, I'm going to start streaming again because I won't get home at 11 o'clock and be too tired to stream. That is my hope. Is like once I start getting reliably early shifts and I get home before 11 at night, I'll actually maybe start streaming again because I won't be fucking dying when I get home from work.
fair enough.
Yeah, don't die, Ezzy.
No promises.
One of the reasons why I struggle with streaming after work. But
The big
yes.
part of it is I have developed an inverse of social anxiety where it's like I don't know what to talk about if I'm not streaming with somebody else. And Derpy's always at work.
or asleep.
Yes.
Sarah's always
Sarah-
just being antisocial.
And Sarah's always Blair Witching in the corner.
Yes. Anyway, with that small interlude out of the way, we can now go to part 2, where Bigfoot comes from. It comes from Bluff Creek, California, in 1958. I bet Ezzy already knew this.
I did actually know this. Not the year. I knew where, just not the year.
The name Bigfoot was coined by newspapers after large human-like footprints were discovered at a construction site.
He was looking for them toes and he found them.
Jerry Crew was the man who brought a plaster cast of the print to the local paper, which sparked the story.
Yeah.
The term Bigfoot quickly caught on and became the modern go-to name for the creature.
Yes. He
So-
could have named this thing anything. Anything. I get the feeling had he decided to choose a name for anything else, it probably wouldn't have caught on anywhere near as quick, and Sasquatch would have been the pop culture title.
So,
Yeah.
quick question. As for you.
This is for you, okay? Which one of us is two U's here, Derpy?
You.
Yazzie.
Okay, thank you for
Do
specifying
you-
that is for the Ezzy.
I am talking to you.
Hmm?
But did you know that those footprints was a hoax?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, the
A
business partner.
a surprising amount of the early Bigfoot evidences were hoaxed.
Yeah, basically the co-owner of the Jerry Crew was the one who made those footprints.
Yeah, excluding like the Patterson film, a lot of the early Sasquatch evidences were hoaxed
Yes.
because there was people taking advantage of all the hype and publicity to get their names out there, become famous.
Yes.
Doesn't
Not
surprise me.
all of the evidence, but a lot of the evidence, especially in California and stuff. Once the first couple hundred sightings, once it really took off, people realized that hey, I can become famous for doing this shit, and so they did.
I mean, here's a bit of information that isn't associated with Bigfoot, but it's associated with plaster carvings and other shit like that. There was an entire thing in a certain section of America, and they were trying to find they were trying to find impressions made by dinosaurs.
Yeah.
That people just started just carving them out and selling them as novelty items. Carving both out the real ones that they found and also the just picking stones and carving out.
Basically making their
They
own.
knew.
Damn.
You could real easily tell which ones were which because you noticed how
A little
the ones that were
imperfections.
real were weathered more and like were more uniform in their footprint, while the ones that weren't were way more
Perfect.
like you could tell that there may have been a total use in this. And they even in the thing that I watched to learn all this included human footprints, including larger than normal human footprints. All that were either just some weird impression that they made to they basically were like, look, this is everything that whatnot, and it shows how easily it actually is to craft those things.
Yeah.
Huh. So it's that easy to make a fake footprint.
Oh yeah. Back in
If you
the
do it in mud, you really just have to basically like pad it out. If you do it in solid rock, you just have to chisel away at it.
back in the early Prohibition eras, they would staple cow hooves to the bottom of their boots to pretend to be cows, so cops wouldn't follow them back to their stills.
Yeah.
That doesn't surprise me.
And
Must-
in ancient Rome, they put dicks on the bottom of their feet to point where the brothels are.
Why?
I have no idea. All I know is apparently, like brothel owners and like the various people who worked at them would have like genitalia carved into the bottoms of their like sandals. So if you wanted to have fun, all you do is look down and follow the Yellow Dick Road.
The Yellow Dick Road. Well, the Yellow Dick Road.
No, Dorothy, I don't think you want to follow that road.
So, I because this is very much just a question about very much the innovation of mass media and mass forms of communication. Do you think anything like Bigfoot or Sasquatch would have been as popular if we didn't have newspapers or the internet?
I don't think we would have known about Bigfoot, to be honest, if we didn't have that
Had we
stuff.
not had the internet, I feel like it would have not taken off anywhere near as quickly.
Well, this Bigfoot was only through newspapers. Internet has only been around for the last like 40 years.
Yeah,
Shut up. Bitch, that hurt. Ah,
I
God,
don't think
that
we
hurt.
would have known about any of it, even then. If we didn't have, like, newspapers or any of that.
Word of mouth would have spread.
Yeah, it would.
Probably.
Like, if you're in, like, if you're from certain areas, you would be like, what's such and
It would have
such?
it would have become one of them things like how the deep woods have all their little things that everyone who was born there knows intimately, but outsiders would have no idea.
It's like the Appalachians.
Yeah, the Appalachians have all kinds of weird shit going
Like,
on.
there are so many rules that at the Appalachians that only
Unspoken
someone
ones,
who's
too.
lived there would know the rules. All the rules.
They have unspoken rules that if you speak aloud, apparently, like, there's a lot of rules over there. Basically, they don't speak them aloud. You have to pick them up intrinsically because to speak them aloud is to invite bad things.
Yes.
And the Deep South has very similar things.
Yes. Like, things when it comes to woods, guys, and just in general. If you hear a noise, like someone screaming, no, you
No, you
didn't.
didn't.
That is goes for
Yeah.
all woods.
Did you hear your name? No, you didn't.
Exactly.
Yeah, for the name one, it's because there might be something worse than what the scream one could be.
Yes. If you hear a
we
bell
just
out in the
got 'em.
woods, no, you
fucking
didn't.
It boils down to:
If
do you
you
think you
see-
heard something? No, you didn't.
If you see a bell out in the woods, no, you fucking didn't.
It boils down to: hey, do you see something fucking weird? No, the fuck you didn't. Turn around and go home immediately.
Yeah. If you find a stranger that doesn't look exactly right, turn around, don't acknowledge it.
If you find a stranger who's nude, that's just Steve the Crackhead. You should probably ignore him.
And avoid them, because Steve the Crackhead is one of those crackheads.
Steve the Crackhead's a crackhead. He will eat your organs if he thinks it's going to get him a fix.
Yes.
But a lot of the woods thing is basically it's survival instinct combined with folklore.
Yes.
You hear weird shit, don't go there. Who knows what it could be? Because
Mhm.
a lot of dangerous woodland animals sound really fucked up. Like
Have you heard a deer
cougars, for
scream?
example. You heard a cougar scream?
Yeah. Both of them
Like I
are
said,
fucking scary at night.
Like I said, foxes. Foxes sound like a woman's being strangled.
Mm-hmm.
Raccoons sound really fucked up.
Yeah.
A lot of it's survival instinct. Like, one of the big things, like, hey, if everything around you goes really, really, really quiet and you can't determine why,
Leave.
stop proceeding forward and start slowly, determinedly, getting the fuck out of there.
Or climbing.
Or climbing.
Do not be
basically-
on the ground.
Don't be on the ground, because if it goes dead silent, that means something bigger and meaner than you is there.
Yep. Survival techniques. Oh, and if your gut tells you not to go there, don't go there.
And here's the big one. If you think you're being watched, you are.
You
The
yes.
sensation of being watched means you have already seen what is either approaching or observing you. But your subconscious mind has yet to get that information to your conscious thoughts.
Yes. So
Apparently, a lot of people no longer have the gut instinct of I'm being watched. It's been literally like slowly evolved out of people because of
Really?
civilized life being that safe.
like
There's
I
a lot
like
of,
the
like-
moment someone's watching me, I know right away.
Like, it's like I don't usually get it because I have really bad peripheral vision. And the peripheral vision is where a lot of that sensation is coming from. You see it out of the corner of your eye, and that's when it starts trying to get your attention. My
Yeah.
peripheral vision's ass. I
Yeah,
can only see directly, like 90 degrees directly out. I can't see the back angles where a lot of those sensations are supposed to be coming from. Unless I turn my head and catch something, I don't notice. I don't
So-
get all those sensations.
I'm gonna give you guys an idea. This actually happened to me on Friday. I was pumping my gas in my car. I get in my car while the gas is pumping, just waiting. And I get the feeling that I'm being watched from multiple angles. I look up in my rearview mirror. There's a homeless person staring me down in my car. Look
In your car?
Look off. Yeah. From my car. I'm in the car. They're outside the car.
Okay.
That they're staring me down from down. There's another homeless person off to the right staring me down, and another one off to the left staring me down.
I hate to break it to you, but homeless people are pack hunters.
Oh yeah, no, they made an attempt. They attempted this. They attempted to rip me out of my car once I got back in, putting the pump away.
Like I said, yeah, little known knowledge. Homeless people are pack hunters.
Yeah.
They get bolder
No.
in groups.
So yeah, listen to your instinct, guys. If your gut is saying there's something wrong, there's something wrong.
If your gut says everything's hunky dory, but you still think something's not right, it's probably not right. Let's be real. Your brain's a lot better at telling you something's wrong than you give your
Well-
conscious thought credit for.
Yeah.
Derpy, you should check out your doc stream.
The what?
You should check out your TikTok stream.
Oh, what happened here?
Did you get banned again?
No, for some odd reason, my character just disappeared. Was it not in there the entire time?
I have no clue.
Oh, damn. Well, it's there now. Hi, everybody. If there's not scuff in one of my streams, is it truly one of my streams? Let's be honest here.
Anyway, so to give Ezzy the most time possible, maybe we should do the ad break.
You know what? Yeah, we should probably do the ad break. Give me time to get a drink. So, all right, guys. We'll be back in like 3 minutes. I'm going to go and get my drink, go use the bathroom real quick, and then we'll be right back. So that way, Ezzy can do their bit on cryptology.
Yay, cryptocurrency.
Is it cryptology or cryptology?
Cryptozoology.
Cryptology.
Cryptology is actually associated with cryptography, play, and crypto.
Oh, okay.
Well, cryptology is different from cryptocurrency. Cryptology is like, okay, what is it? Oh, what is it? I don't remember. My brain not working.
All right, well, let's go and do our quick little break because we got like 14 minutes before ad. 13 minutes before ad. Yeah, 14 minutes before ad break. I'll get it right one of these days. All right, I'll be right back.
Oh, cryptology is code breaking.
You'll never guess what I got for food.
Ease.
No. I got fried chicken. So I will be eating that once I finish this stream. If I don't end up eating the mic.
Eat the mic.
Awesome. Welcome back, everybody.
And the food.
Mics are expensive, Derby. Don't eat those.
Oh, Derpy, I just noticed you have a typo in your stream name.
I do.
We always have a typo in the stream name.
It's Ghost Fly Gossips.
Yeah! Ghost Fly Gossip. Yeah, that's what we're now.
Everyone knows Ghost Fly.
Oh, Ghost Ply, like plywood.
Oh.
You know,
Ready, Izzy?
yeah, are you ready, Ezzy? It's now your
No,
turn.
But I can make it or break it. Yeah. Okay. Right. Ugh. Are the ads done?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, cryptozoology. It is basically study of animals or plants, and basically any study of living things that are rumored to exist but last mainline widespread scientific proof. They're known as hidden animals. Sometimes they're plants, sometimes they're fungi, etc., etc. Basically living but unproven to exist. For example, Sasquatch, the Loch Ness Monster, Chupa Thingy, the Mokele Mbembe.
Chupacabra.
Yeah,
The chip-
I was making a joke. I was referencing red and blue.
Red versus blue.
Yes, red versus blue. The Mokele Mbembe from Africa, which is the people believed to be a dinosaur. The Yeti, which is the Russian Himalayan cousin of the Sasquatch.
Wait, it's in Russia?
I mean, the Himalayas sort of stretch into lower Russia, don't they?
I thought it ended like around China.
I'm not actually sure. I just know that there is
Like,
a Russian
it's
equivalent.
northern India, Tibet, China.
I know there's a Russian equivalent because the fucking Dazlov Pass.
Yeah, I don't think I don't think it goes into Russia.
Huh, interesting. But yes, not every creature that is considered a cryptid is fake. Some have been proven to be real, like the coelacanth. People thought it was a cryptid because people cited this, or one was reportedly fished up.
Actually, wait,
one
wasn't
admitted-
the oarfish considered to be a cryptid at first?
The oarfish was considered a cryptid. The giant squid was considered a cryptid. The coelacanth was considered a cryptid. The okapi was considered a cryptid. The black swan, the Australian black swan, was considered a cryptid. A lot of the African peacock, for example, was considered a cryptid. And then eventually somebody went out and found one and took photographic video evidence, or just killed the thing and brought it back a trophy. And basically, once there's a body that they can scientifically prove to be that thing, it stops being a cryptid and becomes a real creature. Like the giant squid was considered a cryptid. It was considered a cryptid even though we were finding dead ones, because we could never prove what a living one looked like. We were discovering, because all we were covering was tentacles
Yeah.
and seeing like scars on whales, and then eventually we found a dead one washed up on the beach. I was like, oh, that's what this goes to. Okay, next step is to find one alive. And then in like 2015, they recorded a living one down in the Gulf of Mexico.
Yes.
Like a lot of
American listeners, Gulf of America.
No, it's the Gulf of fucking Mexico.
Yeah.
Sure,
Yeah.
combine the two. Sure.
A Mexico. There we go.
See, and here's the funny thing. Going on a slightly tangent there, that name wouldn't be anywhere near as contentious had he said Gulf of the Americas and pluralized it to be both
Yeah.
North and South America.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I have to agree with that one. He should have
Had he gone, it's like the Gulf of the Americas, because it's in between the two. That would have worked fine. Anyways,
Mexico's a part of North America.
yes, it is. Anyways, some cryptids are proven to be hoaxes. The Fiji mermaid, for example. Somebody stapled half a monkey to half a fish and tried to pass it off as a real thing.
Why?
Money.
No.
Fiji.
Ethan Burnham.
It's Fiji. Tourists.
No,
Stupid,
no, I'm just
stupid
wondering.
tourists.
I'm just wondering why half a monkey and half a fish.
Oh, it's a okay, so Derpy, tell me, what exactly is a mermaid, physical appearance-wise? Top half of what, and the bottom half of what?
Okay, human, fish.
Okay, so a dude took the top half of a primate, i.e. a monkey.
Yeah, I'm
And
still trying to
then-
figure out what convinced him to try that.
Money. He passed it off as a tourist attraction in Fiji, getting all the stupid tourists to pay money to see it. And then
And
some
people already
guy,
bought
then a
it.
science, and then somebody bought it and had scientists examine it and were like, "Yo, this is fucking fake." That guy had already fucking vanished into the aether with all of his several $1 million worth of tourist money. That guy has never been seen since. He dropped off the grid.
Not that he
Got his money. He got his money and
He's
ran.
gone.
Some cryptids, such as Bigfoot, are a global phenomenon. They may have started in one, and then, pop culture and honestly fear of missing out plays a big part of it. Wanting to jump on a trend. Sightings and shit kind of gets widespread. There's Bigfoot, there's the Yeti, there's the Yowie from Australia, the Mapungari from South America. There is the Woodsman of Europe. There is not one. Hang on, I gotta Google this. Hang on. Hang on.
Yo, I was about to make a joke when you said the Yowie one. But I held back.
Please don't make jokes about gay femboys on the stream.
I was going to say, not the Yowie from Japan.
Okay, there is one. There is a type of Bigfoot reported in Africa. Okay, I was scrolling through. I had to double check. And then there's Loch Ness Monster. Everyone knows what Nessie is, but there's lake monsters all over the fucking world, and a lot of those only started showing up once Nessie went mainstream.
Yeah,
A
That's
lot
when-
of them only
that's
started
when-
getting reported.
that's when the Lake Champlain monster got reported. It was when Nessie went, but the one in Oregon, no, that one was.
Now, a couple of those lake monster sightings do predate Nessie by about 100 years.
Yeah,
A lot of the modern lake monsters only started getting reported sightings after Nessie went mainstream. The chupacabra. There's like four different kinds of chupacabra. There's the Puerto Rican chupacabra, the Texan chupacabra, the Mexican chupacabra. There's a South American chupacabra. All of them look different. All of them behave differently.
and they
all
all
given
want
the
to suck
same
your
name.
blood.
All give them the same name because chupacabra in Spanish translate directly to goat sucker or potentially livestock, like livestock feeder, something along those lines. Because that is what the big feature of a lot of the reports is livestock being found with mysterious wounds being more or less drained of blood. But not all of them. Because, as we all know, blood congeals, it solidifies, it stops flowing after a while. Once you're dead.
Yeah,
So a lot of scientists go, oh, these animals aren't fully drained of blood at all. They're mostly drained of blood. What's left in it is just congealed so it didn't run out. Proving that something did drain the blood, but not fully.
da-da-da.
Yes, anyways. Trying to think of... I had other things I want to talk about. I didn't write them down like an idiot.
Well, if you can't think of one, if you move on to the next point. And
Anyways, yes, Bigfoot's role in the field. Bigfoot is probably up in the big five of folklore monsters.
Yeah,
Bigfoot, the Yeti, Chupacabra, Loch Ness Monster, the Mothman.
yeah.
probably the biggest one for America.
He's the top three in America. You got Bigfoot, Mothman, and Chupacabra. There's America's big three. Jersey Devil's number 4.
Yep.
Bigfoot and the Bigfoot-like creatures, such as again the Yeti, the Yowie, the Mapangari, which is not these days believed to be a hominid, but instead a relic giant ground sloth, due to cave paintings being found that predate a lot of shit, looking almost identical in terms of how they painted the color palette. 2 sightings of the Mapangari with a big white stripe across its stomach, a dark orange fur. So shit lines up there. And yes, it's seen as the most likely to be real by a lot of researchers, being due to how consistent sightings are, behaviorally, appearance-wise, geographically, how many times physical evidence samples show up. Prints, hair samples, the fact that Bigfoot has been hit by like at least 30 cars in the last 100 years. And, getting hit by a car tends to leave some evidence. There's a little bit of blood, a little bit of hair. One dude had Bigfoot's hand smeared across his windshield after he, slammed into it at 60 miles an hour on a 45 in the middle of the woods.
Damn.
Yeah.
What color is his blood?
Red. He bleeds. He bleeds red. Apparently, though, that one was a bear. This dude slammed into a black bear going 60 or 65 on a 45-mile-an-hour road in the middle of the night.
And the
during a
car
rainstorm.
survived?
Oh, the car was fucking totaled. The bear
I was about to
survived,
say.
ran off into the woods.
I was about to say, the car
Car
survived.
was fucking
Like,
totaled.
damn.
Car was fucking totaled. Yes, and the fact that a lot of Bigfoot sightings happen in the fucking deep woods in the middle of fucking nowhere, lending credence to the fact that he's hiding. And here's the reason a lot of cryptids stay cryptids despite having photographic and video evidence of a lot of these animals. Science requires flesh and blood proof that this creature exists. It's why, despite having dead giant squids, like the tentacles and shit, being caught on chains and stuff in fishing nets, scientists refused to believe the animal was real until a full dead body washed up on a beach. That they could assign the tentacles to the body and be like, okay, this is the creature these are all coming from. People, you could find blood
the
or
Colanthus was also
coelacanth.
yeah.
Like people were finding selling scales and meat at fisheries and like remote port towns in the Indo-Pacific and in parts of coastal Africa. Because there's 3 distinct populations of coelacanth. There's one from the Indo-Pacific, there's one in Africa, and then there's one along the Americas. There's 3 distinct populations. These are all deep water fish. And so it's the coelacanths. No one would believe that they were still around because this fish was around when the dinosaurs were around. Why? How the fuck would they still be alive? Type shit. And then a dude caught one as bycatch, and he's like, "Hey, ain't this a shit you thought was dead?" And then suddenly it was no longer dead, or called Lazarus taxon. Animals long thought extinct, found as a relic surviving population. For example, there's a species of rat that lives in Australia that was thought to be extinct till a lady found one chilling in her mailbox.
Okay.
Yes.
Wasn't there like that horse zebra mix one also?
Zorus was on a the
No,
copy.
no. Yeah. It was considered as extinct, but then they found it.
Oh, that one they just didn't believe existed, period, because it would have been the single largest animal discovered in the 19th to 20th century, period. Under there's no way something that routinely gets up to 800 pounds would still be knocking about. We should have discovered all of the large animals on Earth. And then a dude found one alive and he's like, "Hey, look at this shit! Ain't this neat?"
Huh.
Basically, it boils down to a lot of scientists believe there was no possible way a creature that large could have gone undiscovered for that long. And then a dude found one, shot it, and brought its body back for science. And scientists are like, okay, no, proved us wrong. It is the closest living relative to giraffes.
Well, yeah, no, yeah. The fact that they require a physical body for proof, though, is kind of a pain in the butt.
Yeah, but yes, the physical body is the reason why a lot of cryptids will probably stay cryptids, just because of how, especially for deep water species, deep water cryptids, the chances of getting a physical body back to science is slim to fucking none unless you catch the damn thing on a hook and line or catch it in a net. Because especially these days, is videos can be faked.
I mean, look at those AI videos. Some of those AI videos are hilarious, but they're fake. And some of them look super realistic.
I am a fan of the Bigfoot vlog AI videos.
I know, right? That's one of my favorites.
Those are funny.
There's now another one going around where it's like a overweight cop hunting down Leroy Jenkins.
Oh, the WoW player?
Yeah.
God, ain't that a flash to the past?
Yeah, it's just a meme. Just for the meme, saying that you will be found, you will be arrested, you cannot escape us.
Theories. The theories about Bigfoot's existence. A relict hominid. And this one applies mostly to the Asiatic specimens. The Gigantopithecus, a species of orangutan-like primate, the not so distant past. In fact, I believe it's theorized to have went extinct within the last 50,000 years. It was knocking around with early humans, and like ancient China, India. A lot of people say, "Oh, it's a relict population of this." Not quite, because the Gigantopithecus would have just looked like a giant fuck off orangutan based off bone studies and stuff. It would not have been able to walk upright, period, due to its body. Other ancient primates.
Yeah, it would have looked kind of, yeah.
Oh, Derpy, the live action Jungle Book, the most recent one?
No, I have not.
King Louis, in the most recent iteration of the Jungle Book, was a Gigantopithecus, because they wanted a monkey that was big and imposing, but King Louis in the original was an orangutan who was not native to the jungle that the book was that the adaptation was taking place in. So they're like, all right, well, let's find something that is native. Well, the Gigantopithecus was native to the area, but it's extinct. So they're like, okay, let's just do that instead of an escaped orangutan.
Okay.
Undiscovered ape. This could work. For example, the Billy ape and the bonobo were both discovered within the last 100 years. And it's one of those things, again, they're like, science is like, there's no fucking way we have not discovered every species of primate on the planet. And then here goes scientists into the African jungle. They're like, hey, look at that shit. That's a new monkey.
Monkey!
In fact, bonobo was discovered in 1927. The Billy ape was in 1908. Those two were the most recent primates to be discovered. And both of them, when they reported seeing potential signs of an undiscovered primate, were laughed out of the fucking room and basically told to their faces, there's no way mankind has not discovered every species of great ape on the planet already. And then they went out and was like, no, look at that. Great ape. And proved they existed. The undiscovered ape theory for Bigfoot is one of the ones that holds a lot of ground with mainstay believers. especially in like the fact that it's so widespread and all of the appearances are really consistent but show a lot of variation. For example, the color palettes that people reported Bigfoot sightings as range from ginger to pure white and everything in between. So gingers, reds, browns, yellowish, blondes, like silvery colors. A lot of very varied hair colors. A couple of them were reported to be partially balding. Partially balding with really white, like salt and pepper patches of fur, implying it was a very old specimen.
Right.
A lot of stuff that you wouldn't think people would care to point out if they weren't seeing something real.
Hey, Ezzy, give me a moment. Gotta do something.
Okay.
Ow! There.
Failed. Yeah, like a lot of believers like it's clearly an undiscovered species.
How you doing, Lulu?
A lot of people like it's clearly an undiscovered species because a lot of the sightings have these weird little traits that you would think somebody who's not seeing a real thing wouldn't care to point out. For example, one sighting, they outwardly say, "Yeah, this Bigfoot. What the fuck was that noise? What are you doing?"
It was Bigfoot.
No, not that. It sounded like the door stopper, like pulling it back and letting it thwong back into place.
No, what happened was I hit my mic. No,
But yeah,
Bigfoot
like,
hit my mic.
One eyewitness account outwardly goes, "Yeah, no, the Sasquatch I saw was missing fingers." They outwardly say, "Yeah, it only had three fingers on one of its hands and 5 on the other," implying that it had been injured and lost 2 of its fingers. And stuff like that, like those little things, some people see a Sasquatch walking with a limp, or it has injuries or scars, or it's missing patches of fur. These little things that you would think, oh, if they're just making it up, why the fuck would they care to make up injuries to the creature? If you're gonna make up a Sasquatch story, you're not gonna you would think you're not gonna be like, hey, this shit was beat the fuck out of and it's missing fingers and it's missing teeth. You'd be making up a story that made it seem like you were in active mortal danger to get the most attention to yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and a lot of mainstay believers, the fact that a lot of people are describing like very natural injuries or wear and tear of the creature, walking with a limp or having atypical traits that you would only see on a real creature instead of something people are making up. That gives credence to it. At least potentially, it was a lot of believers also say Bigfoot may not exist now, but it probably did exist at one point, if it doesn't still exist. Just because of how widespread and varied the reports used to be compared to today. Because let's be real, back in the day, there were like 6 times as many Bigfoot sightings as there are these days.
Yeah.
And they've never gone away fully, but they've definitely started trailing off in recent years.
Hey, wait. Isn't SCP-1000 Bigfoot?
SCP-1000 is Sasquatch. It's a Keter because they cannot contain him. He's an alien. With alien powers.
What if that was an actual thing? Like, what if Sasquatch is really SCP-1000?
Alien?
Yeah.
I don't know. And the one that a lot of scientists. There's also shamanic spirits, which kind of goes along with the skinwalker idea that some people say Sasquatch is. Don't know much about this theory, I gotta say, so I'm not going to talk much about it.
Which theory?
Misidentification. The shamanic spirit theory.
Oh.
It exists as a spiritual entity that manifests when and where it pleases, as it pleases, to whom it pleases.
That would be more like for indigenous tribes and all that.
Yeah. Misidentification. This is what a lot of scientists say Bigfoot is a misidentified real animal. They're like, oh, you saw a bear standing up and doing weird shit that bears don't normally do. It's like, okay, so why the fuck would the bear be walking around on his hind legs and peering into windows and shit like that? It's like, bears can stand on their hind legs. Bears don't usually walk around on their hind legs.
Not unless they're trained to.
Unless they're trained to, or they're trying to actively get up and reach something above their heads. They walk around, they can comfortably walk on their back legs. It's just not a natural posture for their spines, so they don't normally do it. But they can. Apparently, bears are designed to semi-comfortably walk on their back legs for short periods of time.
Yeah. They evolved it as an intimidation tactic.
Yeah, they jump up on their back legs, do a little dance, and scare stuff off.
Roar. Fear me, I'm a bear.
Yeah, a lot of people like, oh, you saw a bear, maybe a bear with mange, or saw a particularly fat owl, and you got scared. Because humans are many things. Humans are very, very bad at guesstimating how big something is at a distance.
They really are.
Yeah.
A lot of reported sightings with thunderbirds happen. I'm on a slight tangent. Thunderbirds. Thunderbirds are reported to be a bird with a 10, 15-foot wingspan. Very large, but within the realm of plausibility for a large bird.
Yeah.
A lot of people who have sightings like, oh, this bird had like a 55-foot wingspan. It was bigger than my Toyota. Or this bird picked up little Timmy and tried to take off with him, but he's a bird. He couldn't pick up a toddler. And then, somebody was like, and then they show recordings of birds without a frame of reference like trees and stuff. And they're like, can you guess how large this bird is? And they're like, 30, 35-foot wingspan. And it was a hawk with a 5-foot wingspan. Humans are very bad at guessing size at a distance.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, Sasquatch is typically reported as being anywhere from 5'5" on the shortest end to right about 10 foot tall. So there's a lot of variation in sightings. But the average is anywhere from 6 to 8.
Okay.
And this is like a mainstay across every continent. It's anywhere from 5'5" to 10 foot tall. Usually the average reported sighting of people guessing the size, they usually guess anywhere from 6 foot, 8 foot. And a lot of that is because there's objects around during the sightings that give them a semi-decent frame of reference. Because, like, a lot of sightings happen in the woods. You can physically walk up to a fucking tree, reach up to whereabouts you saw the thing's head and be like, okay, that's about 6 foot off the ground.
Yeah.
And that's how a lot of people, frame a reference Sasquatch. They just have shit around that gives them a good guess of how big it is. Especially if it happens around a house. The average window's about 5 foot off the ground. It's about eye level. Yeah. People say, oh, you just saw a dude. And this is the funniest one. One of the most famous Bigfoot sightings. Not quite Bigfoot sighting. The Michigan Dogman sightings. Let's go with Michigan Dogman because I think it is officially the Dogman of Michigan. They saw a bunch of humanoid figures with shaggy brown fur. They couldn't get a good see of the head because it was very thick brush, but they could see like the shoulders and the physical shape of the creature. Being on their hands and they not crouched down on all fours, but like on their hands and knees, with the knees in the dirt. Drinking out of a stream. Cupping water in their mouth and pulling up to their hand with their hands, drinking like a human would or an ape.
Yeah.
And then when they go back, and this is in the middle of winter, so the water is in the negatives. Partially frozen. This is a partially frozen meltwater stream. This is very cold water. The temperature around is in the negatives. -5 degree weather. Thick snow. And they go out to where they find this thing, and they find proof. They find footprints of several creatures with bare human-like feet. And they're like, oh, you just saw a human. And the eyewitnesses immediately goes, why the fuck would a bunch of people be walking around barefoot in the middle of winter, drinking out of a stream? And the guy who was like, oh, all you saw was a guy who had no, that he kept doubling down on, you just saw a person. Was this a regular human? And every time they brought up why would somebody be walking around barefoot in the middle of fucking winter, drinking out of a dirty stream in -5-degree weather? And they never would give them any other feedback beyond you just saw a human.
Well, I could actually give answers for that. It could have been human because humans are crazy beings that do anything for survival.
Yes,
And maybe the
yes.
person really just needed some water. And they didn't
But
have shoes.
here's the thing: it wasn't just one; it was a group of 7. It was a group of multiple creatures doing this, taking turns drinking out of a stream, and then retreating back into the brush. They found multiple sets of bare human-like feet. Sinking into mud, they found evidence of where one of them had slipped, caught themselves with a hand, and pulled themselves back up where their knee hit the dirt. Like, they found proof that multiple human-footed things were running around barefoot in the middle of winter. And they were told, oh, all you saw was a bunch of people. The misidentification part of, if you see Bigfoot, all you see is a guy. That part's never quite made sense to me.
Yeah.
Mostly because the average guy is not 6'9".
What?
The average guy in America is 5'7". The average height for a woman's 5'5". The average height for a man is 5'7", based on the last study I read. Hey, discussion prompts, everybody.
Yeah.
Bigfoot's a relic hominid. Does that mean we were never the only human-like species? That is objectively false to begin with, because we have proof that we were not the only human on the planet.
Yeah, no, we have the Neanderthals.
Neanderthals, there's the Devonians.
Yeah.
We had one that was in, I think it was Asia.
There's the Asian one, the one from the Isle of Flores midget, the 3-foot-tall hominid from the Isle of Flores. Flores.
Yeah. Like, there's the one that we can find where there's a bunch of people who are of extremely dark complexion. They have blonde hair, and those were native people because of the type of hominid they came from.
Yes, like there is objective proof that Homo sapiens were never the only hominid on the planet at any given time, coexisting with each other.
Yeah.
The running theory to most of them is we fucked them out of existence.
Yeah. Make
Which
that.
I just find objectively hilarious.
I mean,
Now, here's
so-
the funniest part. You want to know why the average pop culture depiction of a Neanderthal is this like sloped forehead, drooling, knuckle-dragging idiot?
Yeah.
First Neanderthal we ever discovered had severe scoliosis, severe bone cancer, head trauma, osteoporosis. Like, this motherfucker was treating the medical dictionary like a fucking checklist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he had proof that he died of old age, none of his diseases, implying that he was being directly cared for, despite all of his horrific deformities.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yes. So, the first ever Neanderthal found was just really fucked up. I'm talking, like, this guy would have been on the front of a medical magazine, fucked up, talking about how this dude survived despite all of this shit wrong. Like, his bones are melting from all of his bone diseases. And that is why we think Neanderthals are fucking idiots, is because the first one ever found was severely fucked up in, like, every possible way.
Yeah, yet, according to some studies, I actually think Neanderthals may be smarter than the...
They had a slightly larger brain to body ratio than humans. but the shape of the skull means different parts of their brain were bigger than ours. Like the sensory parts of the brain were larger, but the part that dealt with like complex thought was slightly smaller just because of how their skulls are shaped.
Yeah, but here's also something else. Neanderthals are also the reason we have so many brain problems.
Yeah, we fucked all of their problems into our DNA, and probably vice versa.
Because according to lots of studies, depression mostly comes. A lot of the depression genetic markers come from Neanderthals for the most part.
Man, if only Aunt Susan didn't fuck the caveman Chad.
Oh, come on. You had to get laid one way or another.
I mean, that's perfectly valid. If you can't get it from a guy, you might as well go to the next best thing, which is the 6'5", incredibly muscular caveman who probably just strangled a bear with his bare hands. Anyways.
Hey guys, I'll be
It
right
did
back.
prove-
I'm going to the cave.
Yeah, a lot of people are like, oh, cavemen or Neanderthals are cannibalistic. There's proof that they ate their own children. It's like, that's one? That is one cave. And the running theory these days is that was basically a fucking serial killer, killing and eating his victims. Because
Yeah.
all of the bones discovered from that one specific cave had markers of a singular individual's tools that were also found in the cave, correctly implying that it was basically like a primordial serial killer doing his thing.
So the oldest existing serial killer.
Pretty much, yes.
Da, 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 da.
And like a lot of, and like, you know, that one, you know, it's like the Spider George thing. That one cave aside, the evidence that Neanderthals were cannibalistic is very low. Like, yes, there are other reported places where, you know, there's some signs that the bones were, you know, broken open to get to the marrow. You know, symptoms of tools of tools on bones to remove the meat. Obviously, you know, like back in the day, they probably didn't have all those societal taboos and shit. Meat was meat.
Plus, there's an entire chance something like this happened. The Neanderthals may end up being the ones eating the bones. We may have been the ones eating the bones.
Exactly. Like humans, like Homo sapiens may have been the ones cracking the bones to get the marrow, but Neanderthals could have just cleaned the meat up. You know, two different species, by the way. They may have not seen us as them, and we definitely didn't see them as us.
And
kind of like
we could really identify that could fuck each other and breed.
And probably once we started fucking, the cannibalism started dropping off. But like, even today, people eat monkeys.
Yeah.
They eat other primates. You know, chimpanzees are eaten. But like, the cognitive thing of like, this is not another human. It may be a primate, but it's not another human. That cognitive roadblock isn't there to stop people from eating primates. Back then, there are probably even fewer cognitive roadblocks because again, meat's meat. You gotta eat to survive. They're dead. They ain't using it no more. Okay, what kind of proof would make you 100% believe in Sasquatch? I believe in Sasquatch. Not 100%, but I believe in Sasquatch.
I mean, I believe in Sasquatch. I just don't 100% believe it could still be around. There's an entire chance that Sasquatch and most of those things could just be now dead.
Like I said, again, the number of sightings has drastically decreased since the early 1800s when they were exploding everywhere. But yeah, it's like, what kind of proof would make me believe 100%? Some dumb fuck shooting one and bringing his body to science. Because apparently that's the only way scientists are going to believe 100%.
Yeah.
Here you go. Would you go to the woods alone at night to go hunting for Sasquatch there?
No.
Yes.
You don't want to get abducted by the wood people and then assaulted and eaten?
If it was, would I go into the woods with a search team that was fully equipped with self-defense measures? Sure, yes.
Yeah, that's my grounds. Like, would I go into the woods alone? Especially the deep woods where all the sightings happen? No, I don't want to get abducted and eaten by, like, the weed-growing psychopaths of Northern Oregon. eat people.
Hmm.
Okay, we're cycling back around the derpy.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. So, yeah, no, that's about it. When it comes to this, we have finished this episode. The next episode will be going.
Ooh, Ape Canyon, huh? Ain't that a movie?
Yeah,
There's a movie based
it's a
on that. I think
documentary.
an old documentary. There's several. There's
Yeah,
a
but we'll be going
documentary
over
of the-
like classic sightings and evidence of Bigfoot and all that. This is where we'll go down. We'll pull up videos. We'll break down the Peter Gimlin film. We'll go over the Ape Canyon incident. Some pictures of footprints, structures of what that have been found that are like why this is here. Stuff like that. Other than that, guys, I will see you guys probably tonight. Let's see how well I survive the heat. Otherwise,
Yeah.
I love you all. You guys have a wonderful night. Bye. Hey, I gotta click one more button for that.